Hi guys, today is going to be a video about manifestation and handling the process in terms of not obsessing about it. This is something I've seen requested and discussed, and it's kind of like, a prominent topic, I guess you could say. It's an issue that sometimes we all go through. I've been through it. When you really want something to manifest, you keep thinking about it or thinking you have to put in a lot of effort. You actually don't. So I'm going to give you advice on how to frame it with your mindset and think about it in your mind to kind of minimize the significance and basically take your manifestation off the pedestal. So that's kind of the topic of today's video, something that I think would benefit most of you guys. If you enjoy this, then please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And you can also become a member of my channel where you'll get extra content and extra engagement with me. Everything will be popped on screen as always. So that is only $2.99 a month. So it's very, very inexpensive. It's like half the price of any, monthly subscription platform, any streaming platform. Whereas here you're, guaranteed to gain something for your life. That was a weird way to phrase it, but I mean like gain information or gain something that will benefit your life in some way. So it's kind of better than paying for a streaming platform in a way. So yeah, you can look into that if you're interested. It's a month-on-month thing, so you are free to cancel, obviously. And then also I offer coaching. All my services will be on screen. And then I also offer a new SP masterclass. So this is a self-guided workbook and guide for manifesting your SP. Without further ado, now let's start the video. So when it comes to manifesting, you do not need to overexert yourself. That's what I was saying at the intro in terms of putting too much focus on your manifestation and just thinking that you have to focus like everything on that. If you really want something on a time crunch and you're coming from an old story and you're really trying to persist, then that's different. Maybe a couple of days you'll spend the majority of your time affirming or whatever it may be, looping the visual. But generally speaking, with manifesting, you don't need to overexert yourself at all. You don't need to go all out. You just need to think about the quality of your thoughts. So remind yourself that it's okay. You don't need to sit all day long repeating your affirmations. It's not about overexerting yourself and putting too much of yourself in, because then you become obsessive over it. You become prone to spiraling or panicking, and you might just start to feel a lot of doubt, a self-doubt as well, and just you kind of not ruin the process, but like you ruin your experience. You are making it seem, more difficult than it needs to be, and you're just gonna potentially spiral when really you could go through it in a happy, confident, balanced way. There's absolutely nothing wrong, and there's every possibility of that being the way it would naturally go. So basically the process doesn't need to be difficult. I think this is an important thing I like to remind you guys of, because I myself, from bad coaching and bad content that I was engaging with, felt that I would panic and I would get quite hard on myself and down on myself, thinking this is such a difficult process, it's so complicated, I have to do X, Y, and Z to manifest. So I'm here as a coach to really, one of my main goals is to keep you guys calm and confident and prevent any anxiety or spiraling that I personally went through, but that is so unnecessary. So I want you guys to remember it's okay to not be perfect throughout the process, and that what you're doing is probably correct, and that you don't need to worry and overthink and panic. Just go about your day and do whatever helps you feel confident and happy, and just apply the basic principles, because it's really not meant to be difficult or complicated. My next point would be of how to actually target these points is to work on your assumptions about manifesting. So think about and maybe write down and flip around any negative beliefs you have, that it takes a long time, it's really difficult, you can't control your SP, whatever it may be, whatever your manifestation is and what you think the hurdle is. Write that down and see what your beliefs are about actually manifesting, and you in terms of you being the conscious creator of your reality. You can see where the kind of issues or concerns may lie, and then of course you flip it around into the opposite and you can affirm that, or you can at least be aware of it so you don't feed into it. You don't spiral and think, okay, it takes a long time, I'm going to focus on time, I'm going to count how long it's been, I'm going to count the level of contact. You're aware of those things, and now you know what not to do and what is triggering you specifically. So work on your assumptions about manifesting, and this is really within the self-concept realm. So things like, I'm a master at manifesting, manifesting. Everything works out for me. Manifesting is the easiest thing to understand. Anything like that to really help hone in on just your manifesting skills and knowing that I'm trusting the process. I believe in manifesting. I fully understand law of assumption. It's so easy to do, so on and so forth. Because the manifesting principles, as I just said, are really simple. They're actually really basic. It's the quality of your thoughts, not so much the quantity, but the quality. So if you only think about your SP 5 times a day because you're, randomly reminded, then those 5 times you think, oh, I can't wait to have this amazing relationship that I'm creating. That's a positive thought. So if it's positive, then you can only think those 5 thoughts and you'll probably end up getting, a really good result. But it's the case that a lot of us come from an old story and negative assumptions, and that repeats itself, and then we focus on that. So that's why the quantity of affirmations is so important. But generally speaking, if the quality of your thoughts about your desire are positive, you're on the right track, you're doing everything perfectly, because that is what has to reflect in your 3D reality. Just think as if you already have your desire. That's what it comes down to. So basically your dominant thoughts about the topic, not every single thought you have. So don't panic or spiral if you have one negative thought, but it's just about the dominant thoughts. So you don't need to spend 5 hours a day, 16 hours a day affirming whatever it may be. That level and obsession of constantly panicking or worrying or questioning what you're doing, what the process is like, that is not necessary. If you can stay on a strict, good mental diet, you only need to do like 20-25 minutes of affirming a day. Like the principles say, whatever your dominant thoughts about your desire are, that is what reflects in your reality. So if you have a good mental diet where you don't allow your mind to waver and sit in negative thoughts and you turn it around immediately, or, whatever it may be, just as long as you're thinking positively about your desire, the most part at least, then you're doing everything perfectly. And you don't need to sit and obsess or question things. That is how you manifest. So another way to not obsess over your desire and over manifesting is to find a balance between your life and your goals and manifesting. So find a healthy balance where, you're still putting in time every day and conscious efforts to think as if you already have it, remind yourself of it, maybe be on a mental diet. Say, okay, I'm seeing my friends today and I know they'll question me about this topic, so I'm going to be on top of my mental diet and aware of what I say and just really present in the moment and aware of, what information I'm focusing on about my desire. Then you're doing everything perfectly, but also, setting aside time throughout the day. I want to do this. Do I really want to read more books? I want to work out. One of my New Year's resolutions or one of my manifesting goals is to lose weight. Then maybe, you can put in, you don't have to, by the way, because manifesting is perfect. I'm just using this as an example because I've recently gotten more into fitness and doing a bit of yoga and cardio, and that's something that I want to do. That's going to help me, focus on and achieve my dream body, because I don't have to just rely on manifesting. I can put in, physical fitness effort as well, because it's healthy. That's just my personal belief in the way I like to go about it. But that's one example of a positive activity that's benefiting you, benefiting your health. And, possibly, if you have, most of us probably don't have our dream bodies and of what we would like to ideally look like. There's a good chance that, there is an idea in our minds and it could be achieved through fitness. So maybe you like cycling, maybe you like to play tennis with your friends, maybe you want to do some yoga at home to relax. That's all super beneficial and positive, and that's a good way for you to balance out focusing on you, prioritizing you, your health, your life, finding a good balance of beneficial activities to keep you happy and, motivated, having a good routine in your life, so you're not just sat around worrying about your SP or whatever the case may be. That's one example. Reading books, watching more TV. Maybe you don't give yourself enough time to relax and just watch a fun movie. Maybe that's what it is. Or cooking, or going out more with your friends. Find a balance. So don't think your entire life has to revolve around your desire, because it does not. So I've written down a few things of examples that imply and show you guys what I mean by balancing manifesting. So that would be affirming, mental diet, putting in the conscious effort to actually manifest your end goal every day, versus also setting aside time to enjoy your life so that you're not spending your time keeping the manifestation on the pedestal. So that could be hobbies, I mentioned a few distractions. By that I mean, you know, listening to music, watching a film, you know, so you're just filling your day with, you know, productive work or productive activities. So you don't have that time to sit around and waver or check your SP's Instagram or check your emails for the job response. Whatever it may be, you don't even give yourself the time to just sit and do nothing and then let your mind spiral. You're actually filling your time with something positive. Also positive conversations, you know, talking to your friends about fun, inspirational topics, working on your personal goals. So like I said, fitness, that could be one thing. And you don't have to do that because like I said, if fitness and weight loss, for example, is your goal, then you can just manifest it. But I'm giving you examples of ways to fill your time where you're not just sat at home looping affirmations. One point and advice would be to stay focused on your mental diet. This is a great way to be social and go out and be active and do whatever you want, go out with your friends, or, you know, maybe sit and just do a spa day for yourself. You don't have to, you know, put in the conscious effort all day long on your manifestation. So if you are on a good mental diet, that means you can actually spend less time affirming because your mind is already focused on that end result positively. You know that, oh, when I say something negative about SP, when I talk to this person about this topic, that's when I flip the thought around in my mind. I say, no, I already have my dream job. I already have the relationship. You say that, and yeah, by basically being on a good mental diet, which I've divulged more on that in other videos, by the way, on how to apply your mental diet, basically by being on a, not necessarily strict, but at least a balanced mental diet where you are not wavering and spiraling every single day and you're not allowing those negative thoughts to just sit in your mind over and over and over. That's what a good mental diet would be. So if you have that, then you can really take your manifestation off the pedestal because you're feeding your mind the right information and you're allowing yourself to balance out your life and your daily routine. So I hope this video was beneficial and useful for you guys. If you enjoyed it, then please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye!